This is the Marvel Legends series Thor Ragnarok 2-pack featuring Thor and Marvel's Valkyrie. Now the set is, I believe, a Walmart exclusive in the US and Canada. But here in Manila, we don't have Walmart, so I picked up this set at Our Toys. And boy, wow, I am just blown away. Just looking at these figures in packaging, I am amazed at what Hasbro has been doing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe figures. I've seen them online, pictures, Photoshop and all that. I was like, do I even bother spending for this set, or just keep, you know, the Thor, the retail version of Thor? But as it is, I love this version of Thor. Looking at it just in packaging, comparing it with the single box release, but we'll see. We'll do a comparison of that one. Valkyrie is obviously a new figure. I don't think she has a single carded version. Not sure, but looking great. As you can see from the packaging, it's got that lightning effect on him. I wish there was an extra head, maybe not a helmeted head, but a head that had those lightning eyes, and you know, or lightning eye. I don't know, lightning eyes, that would be cool. He's got some spare 2 pairs of hands, the gripping hands and the God of Thunder hand. From the looks of it, we've got the Dragon Fang blade, a little bit bent. That's okay. The Valkyrie's famed weapon. And then we have Heimdall's sword, the Bifrost, the key to the Bifrost, Heimdall's sword. Not entirely sure why we have it. I could have sworn he used a sword very similar to it in the final battle with Hela. But I could have also sworn that Heimdall kept this blade, and it's his sword, and I don't understand why Hasbro hasn't given us a Heimdall 6-inch Marvel Legends figure, which would have been super awesome that he had this. But this is a start. We got Heimdall's blade. I'm sure the Heimdall figure won't be too far behind, I hope. And they don't have to give us the Thor 1 and Thor 2 Heimdall. They can give us this Ragnarok Heimdall, and it would still be awesome. So Hasbro, please, I hope you're listening. So let's get these figures out of pack. Here we have the Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok, Thor and Valkyrie out of the packaging, and boy, do they look awesome. I have some issues with them. I'll talk about that later, but as it is, they are a wonderful set. Let's talk about Thor first. Boy, I think this is the better Thor of the 2 figures. Speaking of the other figure, here is the single packaged Thor for the Gladiator Hulk Build-A-Figure. Just show you guys and give you a comparison. So very cool. It's essentially the same figure with slightly different paint apps, which we'll get to in a little while. He's got that head sculpt that we see him in most of the time in the movie. Yes, because he only uses that helmet during his battle with the Hulk in the Contest of Champions. He's got this seaweed sort of like lightning effect, which really, you know, it's ridiculous. It looked cool in packaging, but it's very difficult to attach to his arm, to find a nice little way of, like, it's pathetic. Tamashii Nations or Mafex or Bandai, they do a better job than Hasbro with these effects. So if you want really nice lightning effects, go get the Japanese import ones. Okay, he's got those lightning sort of open hands that this one does not have. He's got the swords, but he's got Heimdall's Bifrost key, or I don't know, difficult to do so. You can have him hold Heimdall's sword. I'm pretty sure it's Heimdall's sword. Looks like it, at least. So that's pretty cool. As you can see, very nice. He does not have the leg armor like that this one has, but he does have the same cape, the same soft PVC material for the waist cape. The strap cape is exactly the same, even in color. Strap is the same. Body, torso is the same. The waist cape is the same. Legs are the same, but just painted differently. The arms look like to be the same. Even the paint apps are the same. This forearm, yep, same. They both have those alien markings, Sakar, hieroglyphs on them. But the straps on the boots are painted differently. As you can see on this one, it's a very solid brown. It's sort of like lazily painted. Actually has the better paint apps, as you can see. It's got some weathering. It's got that leather look to it. It's got some shading and some wash on it. I think this is the better paint apps. So, with that being said, which Thor do you pick up? Obviously, I think this is the Thor you want on your shelf. If you want to set up a diorama with the Hulk, the Gladiator Hulk with Thor, this is obviously the one you need. But for me, if you just want one Thor figure, this is the one you want to get. This one, it's going to go to a buddy of mine. So, yeah. All right. Enough of that. Enough of the God of Thunder, the Lord of Thunder. That's probably the only thing Jeff Goldblum said that was actually funny. His reference to him as the Lord of Thunder, with sparkles in his hands. Okay, on to Valkyrie. Tessa Thompson as Marvel's Valkyrie, and the figure is well made. I love the glittery metallic finish on her armor and sort of waist cape and uniform, whatever. Her outfit looks really fantastic. Her gauntlets, really nice. The one she used to control her ship, very, very nicely painted. Head sculpt, yeah, you get that facial makeup, tattoo, whatever. Very nice. The hair sculpted on, you can see where it's supposed to peg in. It's not pegged in completely. Could have used a little more push, but not. Got a belt, which is done unevenly, molded unevenly. She's got a little bit of a cape that is, I don't think, is removable, which you see in the movie. She's got molded in knives that have been glued on to the leg. I think Hasbro was scrimping on this. They didn't want to mold the leg with the knife. I think it's better so that there's going to be very little paint issues with that. If it's separate piece just glued onto the leg, that's fine. It's a little bit well, it's a shame that it wasn't removable. It's not an extra weapon that you could make her hold. Boots, very nice little shiny plastic, type of metallic plastic that they use. So overall, details on the figure is absolutely fantastic. Now she comes with the Dragon Fang, and this one I thought was a bludgeoning weapon. It still actually can be used as a bludgeoning weapon. It's actually the sheath for the Dragon Fang, which is pretty cool. There's no way to put in. If I remember correctly, it was wrapped in sort of some white cloth when Thor was examining it. Not exactly sure if it looked like this, but the scabbard looks a little bit too thick for the sword, a teeny tiny sword for a very, very thick scabbard. I guess it's fine. This way it doesn't damage the blade, you don't scratch off the paint. So, and they put a little bit of a hole so that it's not difficult to move in and out. So okay, well done Hasbro. It's made of the soft PVC material, I guess. So don't know why, but yeah. The blade is also made of a very soft PVC material, but it's not too soft that it sags or anything like that. It keeps it straight. Very nice. It's thin enough that it's straight. Nicely painted. Little bit of that flake going on. Nice little gem-like blade going on. Very, very nice. The white handle, hilt, painted nicely. And she seems to be able to hold it only with the right fist. This other right hand has a bigger grip, I guess, for the bludgeoning weapon scabbard, and that's nice. I'm glad they molded it a little bit tightly for this wrist so she can hold it. Kind of reminds me of how Mattel does their female fists, but that's fine. She's wearing some gloves, so I guess it's got to be thick. So accessories, paint apps, overall, very, very nice. Well done, Hasbro. Now, the thing that a little bit disappointing with this figure is the likeness to Tessa Thompson. In the movie, she was a little bit more voluptuous. She had a little bit more curves. This one is a little bit too thin for me. She did have a little bit of a lean, muscular frame to her, but the muscles on her arms are a little bit off. I'm not sure how it's gone wrong. I wish they could have... I wish there was some way they could have just made this a double jointed elbow with a swivel bicep. I wouldn't have minded that it would have cut the sculpt. I think that would have made her look better as a figure. It's a little bit disappointed there. Her hips, I think, should have been just a little bit more curves, I think, for that matter, because when you see her in the movie, she was walking like a supermodel. She always walked like a supermodel. And then here she looks a little bit lanky. The legs look, they look a little bit thin and less muscle, less meat on it. I wish they sort of tried. I don't know how they were going to do that, but the silhouette, it's just not doing it for me. I know I'm nitpicking. It's not a deal breaker. The figure is still awesome, but the other thing I also noticed is the head sculpt. Their likeness is almost there. I just think that the chin or the cheekbones could have been higher and the chin could have been a little bit longer. Again, it's nitpicking, but it is there. You get to see Valkyrie, but in certain angles, but there's just something a little bit off to it. Maybe the neck should have been thinner. I don't know, but hit me up in the comment section below to let me know if you see what I'm seeing or if I'm just making it up in my mind. But yeah, boots look okay, and I like it that they made it a little bit more stable. Not like the other female Marvel Legends that just trouble balancing on their feet. So that's nice. It's a nice little touch. It's a little bit too much of a male boot, but that's fine. So okay, very, very nice. Articulation for the figure. I'm not going to talk about articulation for that one because it's the same as the other figure. But so this one has got a ball jointed neck that's on a hinge, not hindered by the hair or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. Ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulder, ball hinge elbow, which doesn't really give you a 90-degree bend, about an 85, 70-degree bend. This one, same. Okay. Ball jointed hip, thigh swivel, double jointed knees, okay. No calf swivel, ball hinge ankles with the rocker joint. So not at all too bad. But again, I do have that nitpick with these figures. He's okay, she's okay. And I think, if you're a big fan of the movie and you want to complete your figure set, your figures from the movie, this is a definite must-have for your display. The other Thor figure is not bad. I mean, it's worth keeping if you want to keep a diorama with a Hulk. But again, as I said, if you just want to keep one Thor figure, it's the 2-pack Thor that you should be looking to get. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. The set is going to get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Almost perfect. Very, very nice. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Marvel Legends Thor Ragnarok 2-pack featuring Thor and Valkyrie. Thanks for watching.